Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Miss Crocheting Coffee here. And today we're doing our whipping chat. So get out whatever it is you're working on. Work along with me. WHIP stands for work in progress. So yes, get out whatever you're working on. Work along with me. Miss Coffee's got stories. We got stories. First things first, I hate customer service. Look, if you work customer service, I'm sorry. But I mean this with the utmost disrespect. I hate having to call customer service. Let me explain. I just recently had an experience with Alishia. They're an insurance company here in the U.S. I don't know if they are all over, but here in the U.S., it's an insurance company for your mobile devices. So I'm sitting on the phone, and last night, I meant to message them last night, and then it ended up getting late, and it's like, we're closed. Call us back tomorrow. And I was like, well, crap. So I'm like, I gotta write myself a note to remind myself to call them in the morning. So I called them, or I messaged them this morning because they have, of course, they have the online thing. And why is it that customer service will put you on hold for 45 minutes, but you don't respond in 2 minutes and they're like, we're closing the chat now, bye. And it's like, okay, look, listen, I get that you're busy, but come on, like you couldn't give me I literally was waiting so long. I put the phone down, went to go brush my teeth, came back and they're like, we're closing the chat. And I'm like, no. So, it's not like, regular people aren't busy either, but you're okay to hold me on the phone for 45 minutes. Now, at least like with places like the post office, if they have extremely long wait times, which they usually do, all places do. I don't know a place that you can call customer service wise right now that you can pick up the phone and be like, all right, I'm trying to call for this. And then they immediately contact you to somebody. Nay. You're going to be on hold, okay? One thing Miss Coffee is patient, okay? Patience has eluded me. I am not patient at all. So I'm sitting there like, okay, y'all act like I don't got a life. Like I don't got stuff to do. Like I ain't got to brush my teeth. My breath ain't funky all day saying highs and hoes to everybody in the neighborhood trying to kill them with my halitosis breath. Like I'm just trying to brush my goddamn own teeth because you got me on hold for so goddamn long. And so the lady gets on and she's like, how can I help you? And I tell her that I have a problem because last week I contacted customer service because of Maggie's tablet breaking. And they were like, no problem. Just erase everything that you can on the device and then send it out to us. And then we will take care of the rest and send you out a replacement. Her replacement came and I was like, look at that. It came in like 2 days. Get her replacement, go to plug it up. And I'm like, all right, now Maggie, you gotta wait till it charges. It was on the charger for 4 hours, had charged up to 10%. And I was like, what the hell? I'm like, maybe it's a fluke. Maybe the cord is bad. We'll try a different cord whenever, we finish charging it up. The thing took 16 hours to fully charge. And I'm like, okay, so essentially you want me to send a broken tablet and you sent me a broken tablet. All right. And it was a refurbished tablet. So I'm going to guess that they didn't check the battery or something on it and they just sent it out because it was sent to them. Nay, look, listen, I'm not having it. I was like, no, I'm calling them back today. So I called them back this morning. They had me on hold for 15 or 45 minutes. Finally get on there with somebody. And my biggest pet peeve when I call customer service is when I call and you spend all that time waiting. And then as soon as they go to pick up, they hang up. Mother chicken. Don't think I'm not the chick that will not call you back. I'm calling you straight back and I'm going to have attitude. And I'm going to be like, look, listen, the last time I just called y'all, somebody hung up on me, okay? I've been on this phone waiting for 20 minutes to talk to somebody and you hang up on me. So just now, I called the 1-800 number 3 times trying to get a hold of somebody. I waited on hold for 20 minutes. Y'all, look, listen. I was like, I got stuff to do today. I can't be sitting here messing around with customer service all day. So hopefully they're not going to mess around today. Nay, they chose violence today. Today they chose violence. So I waited on hold and they hung up and I'm like, you know what? I got to record this video or I'm never going to get it recorded. So I'm going to record my video and then I'll call them back. Look, listen, I don't appreciate it. I'm not a big fan of customer service right now. And I mean this with the utmost disrespect. I don't like customer service. I don't like it. I don't like it. Nothing about, I couldn't work customer service just because I have a bad attitude and a big mouth. And the moment somebody would say something nasty to me, I'd flip out and lose my job. But look, listen, sometimes it's warranted, okay? Sometimes it's warranted. Like, you ever have a bad customer at work and you want to explain to your boss why they suck and why you should keep your job, look, listen, that would be me every day. I would literally have to write dissertations every day after work on why I cussed out this person and why I think I should still have a job. Because look, listen, sometimes it's warranted, okay? The customer is not always right. A lot of times these customers be wrong as hell, okay? Like, seriously, like, listen. If I tell you we don't have something, like that was my biggest pet peeve when I worked in a restaurant. I would tell people, okay, we're out of pot roast for tonight. No, you're not. Oh, okay, you know? Do you have an IHOP shirt on? You don't have an IHOP shirt on. Then how do you know we're not out of pot roast? Did we magically conjure up some pot roast in the back room before I came out here to talk to you? Did you have a stash of pot roast in our freezer that we're supposed to just cook up for you specially? No? Okay, so we don't got no motherfucking pot roast. Look, listen, it didn't take long. Like, I worked at IHOP for a while, okay? I loved that job. The only reason why I left that job was because Mr. Coffee came up here to work in the oil field, and we needed somebody to watch the kids. And for as much as I was going to be paying for somebody to watch the kids, essentially I would have been working just to pay the babysitter. And I'm like, nay. So I became a stay-at-home mom. So I've been a stay-at-home mom now for almost 7 years. And I love every second of it, even for as disrespectful as these kids are. Because look, listen, if Maggie looks at me one more time and goes, Mommy, my belly hurts. Good. I'm glad your belly hurts. Your child ever do something bad and then they have to face the consequences of that bad action? And you're like, good. What did you learn? You know, all that cheese that she's been stealing? All that cheese? Look, listen, what did you learn? Okay? Like, that's where my mindset is right now. What did you learn? Maggie has been up, like, just so mean to me this weekend. Like, y'all don't even believe. Like, I know y'all, like, hear Maggie and you're like, oh my gosh, she's so cute. No, look, listen. Maggie, she's cute. I will give you that. She's cute. And the only reason why I'm saying it out loud is because she's not in the house right now. She's currently outside playing with friends. But the only reason why I'm saying this out loud is because I know she's not in the house. She is cute. But Maggie is mean, okay? She has her mother's temper, okay? Like, you can't be ate with all this temper, okay? Like, you just can't do it. It is straight up disrespectful. So, okay, so let's start off with this one. So I'm sitting here and my sister calls me because my sister just started school. If I told you guys, I think last week, that my sister started school to be an LPN, and she had to make a video. And she's like asking me, you know, for some advice on making a video. So I'm telling her, you know, just record. Like, I don't have any, like, she thinks I'm over here doing voodoo or something on YouTube. I'm like, dude, just record the video. Like, how hard is it? Just press record. Same thing I tell everybody else that are like, how do I start a channel? Record a video. Press record. Like, I don't know what to tell you. My first couple of videos I literally did with the phone being held by my hand. Like, just record. So she decides, okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. She goes, but what do I do about listening to my own voice? I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, I don't like listening to the sound of my voice. It's annoying. Believe me, I know I know the pain. Like, you think I like listening to my voice all the time? But I have to. Why? Because I have to make videos and I gotta hear myself because I'm loud as hell, and how can you not hear me? If nothing else, okay? Because I did have somebody complain this week about me beating on the box, which I put it up on Instagram so everybody can have a good laugh at that. But, hold on a second. All right, sorry about that. Maggie came in. I thought it was my Walmart delivery. I have a Walmart delivery coming today because me personally, I am what is keeping Walmart delivery in a job right now because I've ordered every day. I order Walmart delivery. Anyways, so I like I said, I put up a post on Instagram because somebody was like, you know, Miss Coffee banging on that box is annoying, and I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. I don't get people. Like, I really don't. Like, how can you be so insensitive to and mean to people you don't know? Like, that's going to be my first rant. I can tell you that right now. That's going to be my first rant. Anyways, so if nothing else, my subscribers will never complain and say, Miss Coffee, you're too low. I can't hear you. Look, listen, never in my life have I ever had such a statement said to me. Never. And my sister's the same way. And she even lives down south, so you know she loud. And I'm like, look, listen, you're going to have to do what you got to do, okay? We all loud. Be loud and proud. I'm like, at least your teacher won't say she can't hear you, because there are some soft-spoken people out there that sounds like they're whispering sweet nothings into your ear all the time. And I'm like, look, listen, I'm going to need you to turn the volume up because I can't hear you. My ears are old, okay? My body is 36, but my ears are like 103, okay? I need you to speak up, okay? Like, what? Like, I can't with people. I can't. I don't understand why people would say these things and then think that you're not going to say something back to them. And then when you do, they're like, you're mean. Usually. Thank you. I appreciate that compliment. Anyways, so I'm sitting here minding my own crafty business. And my sister, she calls me back and she goes, oh, I did it. I'm like, you did what? Now, at this time, it had been a while, which we're going to have to move this canvas up because I've completed that section for the most part. But I'm sitting there and I'm like, what did you do? And she's like, I recorded the video. I'm like, oh, well, congratulations. Like, I record videos every day. I don't get a congratulations, but I'm going to congratulate you because it's your first video. So congratulations. And she's like, is this what it's like to do YouTube? I'm like, no. Recording one video is not what it's like to do YouTube. I'm like, not at all. Like, you got to record more than one, honey. And she's like, well, I made a video. And I'm like, well, congratulations. And she goes, you want to watch it? Not really. Look, listen, I got better things to do, okay? I was in the groove. You ever been in the groove of a diamond painting and people want to call and agitate the piss out of you? That's where I was. Like, I was like, look, listen, I'm trying to diamond paint, and I don't even remember what I was doing, but I was diamond painting and I was in my own little world, and I'm like, nah, I really don't. I really don't. Like, I'm sitting there with my bag of Cheetos and my diamond painting, like, look, listen, I'm not trying to hear or watch whatever it is you just did. So, no. And she's like, come on. I'm like, fine. So she starts up the video and I'm like, 6 minutes later, Maggie had taken my phone and she was like, good job, Auntie Jasmine. That was terrific. And she's like, oh, thank you, Maggie. And I'm like, yes, that was really good. Congratulations on your first video. And she's like, yeah, Maggie's like, yeah, that's better than Mommy's videos. Look, listen, look, you tiny human. I don't need you telling me my damn business, okay? 1, 2. She made one video and already she's better than me? Like, I don't think so, ma'am. Sit that down. You sit that down right now. All right, sorry about that. That time it was my Walmart delivery. Apparently, they just gave it to Maggie and took off. I was like, why'd you give my delivery to a tiny human standing outside just because they standing in front of my house? What the hell? Like, I'm going to have to talk to Walmart about this. You can't just... Okay. She was putting on her skates on the porch, and the Walmart delivery guy just went, here you go, and then took off. What the hell? What in the hell? Anyways, so yeah, so my sister did her first video, and I'm like, yay, proud of you. All right, I gotta go, bye. Like, I was trying to diamond paint. Look, listen, I haven't felt this good about diamond painting in a very long time. So I was like, let me get to this because I'm in a groove, okay? I'm in a groove, and I'm not trying to lose this momentum. And if you lose that momentum, look, listen, I've already lost my momentum for today. Today was supposed to be the day I recorded all of my videos for the week. But look, listen, see what happened was, right? I've tried to record my whip and chat quite a few times today, but things keep happening. Like, Daisy came over here earlier when I was recording, and she whacked the table with her tail, which I got a story about Daisy's tail too. And then it's just been one interruption after another, and the kids are here, obviously, because it's summer, which I also tried to record earlier and had a small little freak out. I'm not going to say panic attack. I had a freak out. There's a difference. Panic attack is more severe. A freak out was like, I just realized something and I'm just like, oh my God. So I just realized that my children go back to school in 15 days. I'm not excited. I'm scared to death. Yeah, I'm not excited. Anyways, they're excited because they got all their school supplies. I just have to go school clothes shopping for them, which we will probably do tomorrow. And we do it online because no, we're not going out here in these crafty streets. We're not doing it. Online is better. And then, they will be all set for school. So there's that. My parents went to go visit family in Alabama because my mom, obviously, I've told you guys before, my mom's from Alabama. And it's always weird whenever I see people from when I was younger. Like when I see these adults that we used to go hang out with when I was younger, because I'm the black sheep of my family. I don't talk to anybody. They don't talk to me, which is fine. It's the way I want it. It's not like, oh, poor Miss Cop. No, this is the way I want it. I'm not a people person, not even family, okay? I talk to my dad, and a lot of the times that's pretty much just because Pawpaw calls me and is like, what are you doing? I'm just sitting here minding my own crafty business. What's new in the diamond painting world? Okay, here we go. So, like, I'm very much whatever it is it means. I want to say it's an introvert where I don't necessarily need to talk to people. As long as I can talk to the people in my house, I'm cool. I'm straight. And I have you guys, so like I can talk to you guys. So like I don't really need anybody. I don't need anybody else outside of what I got. But that was P. Was that? Yeah, that was P. I mixed up colors earlier. I broke a multi-placer earlier. Look, listen, it was a hot mess trying to record this video this morning. Like, I even got up early. You ever get up early and you tell yourself, look, listen, get your ass up, get motivated. You're getting all this stuff done. And you wake up, you get motivated, you get that shower, you get in that shower, you're like, yeah, it's going to be a good day. I'm going to get all this stuff done. You finish getting out of that shower, you get out of that shower, and you're like, look, listen, let me go watch TV real quick. I need to decompress from that shower. That shower took a lot out of me. Like, I need to just go sit my tail down. I'm up here trying to do things like I'm 25 years old. I know I'm like over 40, so like I need to go sit my ass down somewhere. I tell myself that all the time. And yes, I tell myself that I'm over 40. Am I over 40? No, I'm not having to even hit 40 yet. But my body feels like it's over 40, okay? Like my body is just like, where does it hurt? Everywhere. Look, listen, I hate adulting. Why do I hate adulting? I hate adulting because I didn't ask for this, okay? I didn't ask to be born. I didn't ask to pay bills, deal with these children. Like, look, listen, these kids are a blessing and a curse. Look, listen, if these kids say one more smart ass thing to me, Miss Coffee has reached her limits. Between that, also after I talked to when I was talking to my sister the other day, sitting here with Maggie, and Maggie, of course, is talking to my sister more than I am, because Maggie, why is it that children come up and steal your phone when you're on the phone with somebody? I don't know. And she's just like, well, I'm going to go talk to Auntie Jasmine now, so bye. And I'm like, okay. This coming from the kid that can't tell the difference between Auntie Jasmine and Auntie Tisha, and they're two different shades of brown, and one's bigger than the other one. But she can't tell the difference between the two, but she going to go talk to her Auntie Jasmine. And I'm like, well, then you go talk to your... I do that a lot of the times. I'm not going to lie. If somebody calls me that I don't want to talk to, I'll give the phone to Maggie, be like, here, talk to them. Because I know she'll annoy the piss out of them to the point where they just will be like, all right, we'll call you later. Bye. Bye. So I kind of use her in a way, so I can't really get too mad at her. But I got mad at her mostly because as I was trying to grab my phone from her, she goes running. And of course, like, I'm just playing around with her. And I'm like, rawr, give me my phone, rawr. Well, as I'm doing that, I didn't realize there was a vulture in the house staring down my Cheetos, okay? I finally get my phone from her after having like a tickle party. We have to have the tickle party to get the phone back. So after I have the tickle party and I get my phone back, I'm walking back talking to my sister on the phone. I look down. Killian has his face in something. And I'm like, what did you do, Killian? So I go over to him and he like, I guess he could hear me coming and he tried to run away, but he had something stuck on his snoot. And I didn't see what it was. And I was like, oh, dude, you got your face stuck in something? And I go over to him, and his face is stuck in my Cheetos bag. This dog done jump up on my freaking table, grabbed the bag of Cheetos off my table, drug it to the floor, and then started eating the Cheetos out of the bag. Y'all know how mad I was? You ever want a snack really bad and you get it, and then something happens to it that you can't eat it now? The dog ate my damn Cheetos. Look, listen, I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate the disrespect that comes out of my house towards me because I don't deserve it. I really don't. Like, first the damn kid, now the dog. And then there's Orion. Now, I'm sitting in Jeremy's Live on Saturday, and I'm minding my own crafty business. I'm trying to complete the 310 hell that I'm in on Colorful Lady. Colorful Lady, yes. Her around her is not colorful at all. It's 310. Now, I was able to do it in 2 sittings, so I was very proud of that fact. I'm like, I still got it. I still got my speed. Like, I still got it. But, God dang, was that a feat. Jeez, like, why didn't y'all tell me that doing one patch of color for 90% of a picture it's exhausting. I was like, what the heck? Look, listen, I plan on doing Nightbringer, and I have a plan on how I want to do this. Sorry, I got stuck in that little plan thing. I have a plan on how I want to do it, okay? Break it up into like, I don't know what, 6 days. Get it done. Boom, okay? I have a plan. Am I going to do it immediately? No, hell no. Look, listen, after a Colorful Lady, look, I'm taking a break from all dark colors. Like, don't even look at me with a dark color. No. And look at this. I put that color away and all that color right there. Good God. So yeah, so it's been one of those weekends. Mr. Coffee's been a grumbly bear, and now he's spent most of today telling me that he's not a grumbly bear. And I'm just like, dude, you're a total grumble bear. I don't know what his deal is, but I've been calling him Tyler. No offense to anybody if you have a child named Tyler, or if you are Tyler. But look, listen, my husband is acting like a valley person. Okay, like he's like, oh my god, like he's getting overly dramatically mad about stuff, and I'm like, what the hell is your problem? Like he got mad, okay, because he went to go pick up the lint sheet that I gave him, because the dryer sheet. I gave him a dryer sheet to put in the trash. He grabs it and then drops it and then he pitches a whole fit. I'm like, excuse me, sir, is it that time of the month for you? Are you okay? Like, do I need to call somebody? Look, listen, Mr. Coffee's going through a lot right now, and I understand that. But the way he's been acting this weekend, look, I'm about to chuck him out the window, okay? You ever look at your spouse and like, I'm the luckiest person in the world, but I will also chuck this mother out the window if he don't stop acting up right now, acting a fool. Look, listen, Mr. Coffee got one more time. He got mad because I lost a nail, and I asked him, could he put his hand down in the couch to see if the nail was down there? And he goes, why don't you put your hand down there? Your hand's smaller than mine. I'm like, look, listen, I popped the nail off. I don't even know I popped the nail off. And now you want me to ruin the gemstones on the other nail to get the other. No, sir. No, sir. We're not. Nay. Like, we're not doing that. And he's just like, seriously? Yeah, seriously. He had to stop his game. That's why he was mad. So he stopped his game. He sees it, but he can't reach it because Mr. Coffee has bear paws. And because he has bear paws, his big old hand wouldn't fit down between the couch. So what does he do? He flips the couch over where the butt end of it is sticking out sideways, and then sticks his hand up there, grabs my nail, and goes, there you go. Thanks, knight in shining armor. Like, Mr. Coffee's doing the most right now. It's not like he tried to paralyze me last night. Okay, first off, I think there's something in my room watching me sleep. Let me explain. So I'm laying there in bed last night, minding my own crafty business, and me and Mr. Coffee usually talk for about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how I feel when I go up there. If I'm mad at him for making me go to bed, I will keep him awake for 30 minutes, okay? If he, is just like, go to bed and I'm ready to go to bed, then I'll keep him up for like 5 minutes. But we usually sit and talk for a few minutes. And there's a crawl space thing at the top of the ceiling. Like, it goes up to, I'm guessing, the attic. Even though this was a staff house, so it wasn't built like a normal house. Where it wasn't. It doesn't have as much storage space, and there's no actual attic that we're supposed to have access to. But there are like little indents in the ceiling where you can push the boards up and get to the ceiling to get to the wiring and stuff for the house. So I'm like, okay, which if you hear that buzzing noise, one, it's the air conditioner because it's hot as piss outside. And two, they're cutting the grass today and decided to do it this afternoon instead of this morning, even though they had been doing it all morning. But I noticed that this board, when we first moved in, the board was like, there was like a little gap in it about like this big, okay? And I was like, I don't like that little gap up there, because whenever I see stuff like that, immediately my brain goes, we're about to get murdered. There's somebody up there watching us. And he's like, Mr. Coffee's like, why are you so paranoid? I don't know. Why are you such a douche? Don't be asking me stupid questions or you get stupid answers. So I'm like, no, seriously, is there somebody up there or something? Like, are we gonna get murdered in our sleep? Is there like somebody up there? And he's like, I don't think there's anybody up there. And I'm like, well, we're just gonna check to make sure. He goes, no, I'm not. Call maintenance. I'm not going up there. I'm like, why not? And he's like, cause it's scary up there. Why don't you go up there? I'm like, you're gonna let your wife go up there and get murdered? He goes, you're gonna make me go up there and get murdered? Look, we had to have this conversation for about 10 minutes. If something scary happens in your house, who checks it? You or your husband? Answer that down below. Or you and your spouse. Answer it down below, okay? Because look, listen, it's not me, okay? If I feel like somebody's in the house, oh yeah, I'm coming for you. But just know this, I'm scarring you for life and you're gonna get shot. Trespassers will be shot. Survivors will be shot again. Because look, listen, somebody coming into the house, I got you. Somebody hiding in the house? Nay. No. What's the difference? I don't even know. Mentally, I couldn't tell you. But it makes sense for some reason in my head that I don't look for people that are hiding in the house. But if somebody walks in here and decides that they're going to just come up in here, I'm okay with that. Like, I'm okay with you just walking up in here, because then I can just shoot you. Apparently, if you hide out in the house, I can't shoot you as easily, because then I got to find you. And I'm not about, like, being scared. When I worked at a particular rent-to-own company, I had a customer that didn't want me to take their roach-infested bunk beds. And so, like, they shut off the electricity to the house. And we were told that they weren't home, but we could go pick up this bed. I go pick it up, and the people were hiding in the house, and the one person, like, jumped out at me and jumped on my back, and I literally got into a physical altercation with the customer. And it was great. It was wonderful. I kicked their butt. But I almost got fired that day, because apparently you're not supposed to put your hands on the customers, but they jumped out at me and I got scared. Ever since then, I don't like to be scared. I don't like jump scares or anything like that. It really freaks me out whenever I do get scared. And of course, the kids, mostly Orion, like to scare me. The problem is, the last time Orion scared me, he hasn't scared me in a while, but the last time he scared me, he almost got punched in the face. So he knows, you know, okay, don't scare mom. She's like psycho or something. So there's that. But yeah, so I tell Mr. Coffee that he's got to check the crawl space. He goes, no, I'll call for maintenance in the morning. Just go to sleep. So I moved the board back to, because on it was a line, like a black line, from where you can tell it was sitting on the ceiling up there. Well, I moved it so that the black line wasn't showing. But when I woke up this morning, the black line was showing again. I'm like, there's something up there. All I need is for some woodland creature to be up in the attic watching me sleep, and then one day trip and fall right on top of me and try to murder me in my sleep. And Mr. Coffee's just like, you're so dramatic. I am. Did you not hear my live? One, if you were not in live, I was giving Jenny from the Uncrafter Crafter a hard time because she didn't tell me she had an Etsy shop. What she didn't notice was I had been known that she had an Etsy shop. Miss Coffee knows all things, okay? I know all things. And look at that, we just completed another section, so we're gonna move it on up like George and Wheezy. But Miss Coffee knows all the things, okay? So I knew she had an Etsy shop. I actually favorited her Etsy shop a week ago. But it was the fact that she never said anything to me about it was the thing. Like, I'm not expecting her to be like, oh, Miss Coffee, I opened up an Etsy shop. Do you want to pick out something for free for me to send to you? Nay. I have no problem paying for anything I want out of somebody's Etsy shop, okay? 1. 2, my big deal was I talked to Jenny like 4 or 5 times since then, and she never said a word. That's why I gave her a hard time. But I still love Jenny. And Maggie says she still loves Jenny too. But I'm like, did you not hear how I was going off on the Uncrafted Crafter in chat? I'm like, and that's just because she didn't tell me about her Etsy shop. He's just like, okay. I don't know how Mr. Coffee deals with me most days, because most days I'm a hot mess. Look, listen, I'm gonna be a hot mess. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I'm gonna be a hot mess for the next couple of days because of the fact, let me move my camera out the way. Because of the fact that the kids are starting school soon, and I'm not ready for them to go to school. I think I've been spoiled with the fact that they've been home with me, even though they drive me absolutely insane. And there's days where I'm like, God, I could really use a break. I would still rather them, in the times of the panorama, I would still rather them be home with me than have to go to school, but they're not offering that at this time. But I was told that if the panorama got worse, that they definitely will be offering at-home learning. And I'm like, oh, I know you will, because my children won't be getting caught dead at the school. No ma'am, no ham, no turkey. So there's that. I gotta move this stuff out the way so I can give myself some more canvas to work on. Look at that, y'all. We got that spot done. Yes. All right. So we're gonna roll that up a little bit. I'm gonna get that bobby pin. I'm using a bobby pin because I'm too lazy to find my clip. So I just have a bobby pin and I stick it in the side. And I'm already at the halfway point of this kit, y'all. But I also have, with the kids going back to school, look, listen, if this kit isn't done by the time they go to school, it'll be done shortly after, because the kids are gonna be going to school, y'all. Like, they're going back to the classroom. So I plan on, like, going game busters on this kit. Like, I'm already going game busters on it now, because the fact that I completed an entire row today already, and it's only 2 o'clock. So, like, I'm killing it with this kit right now. I'm super excited because I can't wait to see what it looks like done, and I want to hang it up in the hallway over there by Mr. Coffee's area because he doesn't have any decorations up in his area yet. And it's funny because when we were at our old place, he would complain because he never got to decorate anything because he didn't live there. So we got a house, like we were renting a house before we moved here, and his biggest complaint was it didn't feel like home to him because he didn't get to decorate. And it always made me feel some type of way whenever he would come home, because then I'm like, he doesn't feel at home here. Well, then when we moved into this place, I told him, you can decorate however you want to in your space. And now that he has his own space, he's like, I don't have anything to decorate with. Well, get something. What do you want me to do? He's like, can I have some of your diamond painting? You can't. How you gonna take my diamond painting to decorate your space? Like, that was part of the reason why we wanted to get me a craft room, was so that he didn't have to have the diamond paintings up and he can put like some gamer stuff up. Nay. Now he wants the diamond paintings up. He misses his diamond paintings. And I'm like, one, these are my diamond paintings. You put not one drill on the canvas. I tell him this. He then gets up, comes back here and puts one drill on this canvas. He goes, great, now this one's mine. So can they go in the front room whenever you're done? Look, listen, I was tricked. I was bamboozled. I was led astray. This house is a madhouse. And then, okay, I don't fear much in this world, okay? And I'm just going to tell you right now, my brain is all over the place because of the fact that I'm freaking out about the kids going to school, so bear with me. Just follow along, okay? Follow along. Hold my hand. We're going on a trip. So, I have a couple of irrational fears in this world. One, balloons. I hate balloons. Two, clowns. I hate clowns. So the movie It is just out for me, okay? It's out. One of my favorite holidays is Halloween. It's my number one favorite season. It's the reason, or holiday. It's the reason why I got married close to Halloween. Which my anniversary is the 26th of October. So I got married close to Halloween because I love Halloween. But I'm not a big scary movie person. It's not that they're scary, they're just predictable, and I don't find any amusement in scaring myself. Like, no. But I don't like balloons, I don't like clowns, and I don't like crescent rolls. Look, listen, fight me for it. I love actual crescent rolls if I don't have to make them. The problem is, you know when you go to open up that crescent roll thing, every time I open up one, I'm waiting for my house to explode. Because look, listen, there's no greater fear in this world than when you pull that piece of cardboard back off the crescent roll container and it makes that pop, because you don't know it's like a Jack-in-the-Box for adults. It's like doo 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 doo, pff, and then like you get this little can of busted biscuits all over your counter. Look, listen, I can't do it. And Mr. Coffee wanted shepherd pie this weekend, but the Walmart was out of crescent rolls, so he's like, well, can we make it tomorrow, which is today? And I was like, yeah, as long as they have the crescent rolls. Well, he's like, well, they have crescent rolls today. I went in and looked when I went on lunch break, and I'm like, well, why didn't you grab them? He goes, because I'm probably going to be late being home. And I'm like, of course you are. So I'm like, all right, so I'll just do a Walmart delivery, which is what I had to do for, this morning. So I did the Walmart delivery, and I sat there, like every time crescent rolls is brought into this house, and I know I'm going to have to make them, I sit there and have like a standoff with it, and I'm like, look here, you son of a... Don't you pull your crap or you're just going to bust open in the middle of nowhere and scare the piss out of me again, okay? You got me looking like a fake pimp. Stop it. Y'all, look, listen. The things that go on in my head, y'all don't even want to know, okay? It's not a good place in there. It's not a good place. Also, that's what I was trying to tell you guys, because my brain, again, it's all over the place. When I was sitting here watching Jeremy, so on top of KILLIAN stealing my Cheetos and Maggie running off with Auntie Jasmine, let's not forget about everybody's favorite cat-loving little boy, Orion. Because Orion's in this mix, too. Now, Orion thinks he's slick. He's not slick, okay? He thinks he is, but he's not. So, we've been lowering the game time for Orion that he can play video games in the day, okay? Because school's getting ready to start. We got to get them back on the schedule again. Not that they're not already on the schedule, but we got to get them back on the schedule. And whereas I'm not as strict as like some parents, I am getting to be a little bit stricter with Orion with the electronics, because I'm like, after that incident where I ended up messing up my hand, banging on the door, trying to get in because I got locked out because I forgot my key. Totally, that part was totally not his fault. But the fact that he didn't hear me because he was playing his video games, and then when he did hear me, he didn't come to see what was going on. He just stayed in his room continuing playing video games. I've been lowering the amount of time that he can play every day. So he's been coming out of his room. But what Orion likes to do is, if you make him come out of his room, he will then irritate the ever-living piss out of you, and he knows he's doing it. He will irritate the piss out of you just so he can go back in his room, so you can tell him to go back to his room, because he thinks going back to his room means playing video games. Nay, nay. He doesn't realize that mommy has control of his video games, and what I end up doing is, whenever he starts getting to that point where he's irritating everybody, and essentially everybody's having to tell him to leave them alone because he literally will not stop irritating everybody, I'll tell him to go to his room, and then I'll turn off the game time for his Xbox so he can't get on it. And then I sign out of Apple so that he then can't, like, because whenever we have like parental controls on his tablet, so whenever you sign out, he can't do his fingerprint and stuff anymore, and it's my fingerprint that has to unlock it. Well, he doesn't like that very much, so like he's been trying to do better at not annoying the crap out of everybody, because he realizes that he can't then go to his room and go back to playing video games. So I'm sitting there and I'm watching Jeremy and the kids are running around playing. Maggie got this balloon. This was where the balloon comes in. Maggie got this balloon from the neighbor girl, because the neighbor girl hates my life. And I freaking can't stand balloons. I don't mind helium balloons. I don't like the ones you have to blow up. And I'll tell you why. Off on another tangent. So when I was little, we always had balloons in our house. I don't know why, but we always had balloons. And it could be possibly just because of the fact that every month of the year we had a birthday in our house. So we always had balloons. And one day I decided I was going to see how big I could blow up a balloon, because I wanted to know how big it can get. Sometimes I can get it really big, sometimes I couldn't. So I was just like, let me see how big I can blow up this balloon. Now I'm outside playing with my friends, and we're all playing around in the neighborhood because, you know, we got kicked out of the house that morning after breakfast and we was told not to come back until the streetlights came on. So I was like, all right, bet. So I'm sitting there and I'm blowing up this balloon. Well, apparently I blew it up too far and it burst in my face, loud. I was scared to death. Ever since then, I don't like balloons, okay? So Maggie gets this balloon, but it's not an ordinary balloon. Nay, nay. This balloon has one of those rubber bands attached to it so that when you blow it up really big, you can punch at it. Look, listen. Her and Orion are playing with this damn balloon, and they keep throwing it over towards me, and I freak out when they do because I'm waiting for it to pop. It's not popping, but I'm waiting for it because I know it's going to happen, and I'm scared because that noise scared the crap out of me. Now, is something going to hurt me? No. But what if I fall off my chair onto a pair of scissors that I magically left on the floor and hurt myself? Like, you don't know what could happen, which is why it scares me. I'm super paranoid, if you couldn't tell. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, please stop throwing this balloon around me. Stop throwing this balloon around. And they're in the kitchen throwing the thing back and forth. And I'm like, it's going to pop. And Maggie's like, no, it's not going to pop. It's not going to pop. We'll be careful. And I'm like, whatever, don't listen. That's fine. You'll figure out here in a few minutes what I mean by it's going to pop. So she's sitting there playing with the balloon with Orion. And they're playing hot potato. And I'm like, all right, bet. All right, again, sorry. I got so much stuff going on behind the scenes here. It's not even funny. Anyways, so I'm sitting there and they're playing. And I at this point, I've told them a number of times to stop throwing that balloon around. They wouldn't. So I was like, whatever, you'll learn your lesson the hard way. Like they like to learn, because apparently children choose violence. So I was like, whatever. Well, apparently Orion took the balloon from Maggie. I don't remember exactly what was said because I was in a groove. I was trying to diamond paint, okay? I haven't felt this good about diamond painting in a while, so I'm like, leave me alone. Let me diamond paint. I'm doing my thing. I'm over here in my own little world. You know, you guys are playing. Play nice. Of course, they weren't. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, whatever happens, happens, I guess. Well, I didn't see it, so I can't really tell exactly what happened. All I know is that Maggie hauled off and hit Orion. Orion went to go run and ran face first into the wall. Yep. He then starts crying because, if you don't remember, Orion just recently had suffered a head injury. And so he hit his head again and said he was a little bit dizzy So we sat him down, and he was crying because his head hurt. And I'm like, it's going to hurt because what did we learn? And for those folks that are like, Miss Coffee, you're a mean mom. Yeah, because when you tell your child something and they don't listen, listen, don't be hard-headed and then try to get sympathy from me. You cannot play victim after you were just hard-headed and somebody told you to stop doing something. So I'm just sitting there like, well, you'll be fine. We're going to put some ice on it. You'll be all right. Mr. Coffee goes, no, we're going to do better than do ice. I'm like, what do you mean? He comes over to my shipping area because over there, I have all my stuff for shipping for my tumblers, right? And he goes over to my shipping area and grabs a giant roll of bubble wrap. And he goes, you're not using this right now. And I'm like, hold up, what do you mean? He's like, I'm going to use this bubble wrap. And I'm like, okay. So he grabs the bubble wrap. He takes it over to Orion and then starts wrapping it around Orion like a blanket. But Orion was a bubble wrap burrito. And that's what we called him for the rest of the night. And then, of course, because Orion got to be a bubble wrap burrito, Maggie wanted to be a bubble wrap burrito. So if nothing else, I have no more bubble wrap for wrapping my stuff, but the kids were happy. The kids were happy. Y'all, listen. I don't know what happens in my house, okay? It's a madhouse, I'm telling you. We choose violence on a daily basis, and just pure chaos runs free through my house. I don't know what I'm going to do when the kids go to school. It's going to be like the first time they went to school all over again. It's going to be like, I'm going to sit here and be like, what the hell am I supposed to do now? But I'm super excited because one of the biggest headaches I had last year whenever taking the kids to school, besides the fact that I have to go across town to somewhere I don't know to drop Orion off at school, one of the biggest headaches I had was walking the dogs. Because I would want to walk them while the kids were getting ready for school, but I couldn't because we lived too far for me to just walk out of the house down the street to go walk the dogs and then come back. So I would have to wait until after I dropped the kids off, which I would just bring the dogs in the trunk. And you guys remember, the dogs would get out of the car. They would play Mary Had the Little Lamb and follow the kids around school. The one time Killian got into the school and was running around the hallways, and we finally caught him after 20 minutes. So I'm like, now that we've moved closer to the dog park, when the kids are getting ready for school, I can take the freaking dogs out. And then when I get back from dropping them off, I can just, record videos, watch TV, take a nap. What am I going to do with myself? The problem is, Orion's not really an issue because I rarely see Orion. Orion hibernates, okay? He hibernates in his room, and I don't know why. But that Maggie, look, she needs constant attention 24/7. If you do not give her attention, she is stealing something, okay? She is stealing something. She's been complaining about her belly hurting. And I told her, I'm like, I don't want to hear it. And she's like, but mommy, my belly. Look, listen, I can't help you. And I can't. Because how many times now has she stolen cheese? And we told her to stop stealing the damn cheese. I'm like, you're backed up because you keep stealing cheese. What are you, a freaking mouse? Stop stealing the cheese. All she has to do is stop eating the cheese. Her response, but it's so delicious. Is it delicious to not be able to go to the bathroom and to the point where your stomach hurts? Because the next step is taking you to the doctor's office where they're going to put a hose up your butthole and push some water through it so that you can poop. And she's like, Mommy, that's gross. Yeah, imagine having to have it done. That's what's going to happen to you if you don't stop stealing the cheese. We've had to lock up cheese. Have you ever had to lock up food in your house? I had to lock up cheese. And how do I lock up cheese, you might be asking? Literally by what you just heard. I took a diary. Like, we got this little box that has like holes in it. And I took a diary lock and I put it on the cheese in the container so that she couldn't get to it. Like, cheese is a national treasure in my house or something. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, I'm having to hide cheese from you just so you don't eat it. Like, you have a problem, and I'm pretty sure there's nowhere I could send you to get help for it. Like, there's not a cheese anonymous out there. So I'm going to need you to stop eating up all the freaking... And then whenever I go to make something with cheese in it, there ain't never no goddamn cheese. And I'm like, what the hell? Like tonight. So last night, we were supposed to have shepherd's pie. I got ready to cook it, and then all of a sudden, boom, we were out of cheese. We're out of sour cream. And I'm like, well, that's funny that we're out of those two things at the same particular time. Must be because somebody keeps eating it all. And she looks over at me and puts her head down. I'm like, yeah, I'm talking about you. You should feel ashamed eating all that damn cheese. Anyways, Yo, I'm about to get another section done over here. Look, listen. Miss Coffee is back. This groove is happening. I'm excited. Are you excited? I'm excited. I'm going to have this kit done so fast. Watch. Y'all going to come back next week, and I'm going to be all the way up to Princess, or no, what is it? Lady Rainicorn. That's my goal for right now. I could be, hold up. Let me show y'all where I'm at before y'all like, Miss Coffee, that's a lot. It is a lot, but we're not going to talk about it. Okay, so right now, if you can see, I'm right here, okay? I'm right here doing these mountains right now. That's what that is. So if I give myself another couple of days, so this is 1 day, this is 2 days, and then this is 3 days. So if I keep working at the pace that I'm working, I can at least be up to her hair by the next time we do a whip and chat. Hopefully, if everything goes all right. Mostly because I gotta do recordings and everything like that. Like, somebody asked me this morning if I would do a video on trays and where to get them. So I told her, sure. Now, there's going to be a couple of tray companies that I won't be mentioning because I'm not a big fan and they're not a big fan. So I'm not going to go there. And I know somebody's going to say the name of the company, but that's okay. You can say the name all you want to, but I'm not yet. No. Anyways, off that tangent. Anyways, so yeah. So we got the Cheese Bandit, and then we have Sir Unicorn, because now his forehead is purple and yellow. And he goes, couple more colors and I can be a unicorn. I'm like, you're not a unicorn, dude. I hate to tell you this, but you're not a unicorn. You're just a dude with a big old lump on his head. Well, then this morning he wakes up and I panic, okay? Panic. His eyes were all puffy and I'm like, oh, Ryan, what happened? He goes, I don't know. It's itchy. I'm like, it's itchy? Look, listen. He didn't tell us his window was open and they cut the grass. Orion is allergic to grass. So his eyes were puffy because his allergy started acting up and his eyes got all swollen and weird. And I was wondering why I kept hearing him sneeze, and it was because he put his window open and apparently he was letting fresh air in. And the fresh air, he didn't realize, was going to end up having the man cutting the grass today, because today's Monday. So Mondays they usually cut grass and treat the grass and put the grass seed down so that we have that nice fluffy soft grass. And Orion is usually quarantined that day because of the fact that he can't be around when the grass is being cut, because it really messes up, like Rachel messes up his allergies, which I don't think Orion has hay fever. I don't really know what that is, so I can't really say if he does or doesn't. But he's like Rachel is when she's when she has hay fever and she's like sneezing and coughing and her throat's all sore and all that. That's essentially what Orion gets whenever they cut the grass here. So like, maybe he does have hay fever. If he does, I'm just gonna walk by him. Hey, you got fever? Look, listen, I'm not all there. I'm one of those parents. Anyways, so yeah, so the kids start school here soon. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm gonna go look online at Old Navy and see what they have clothes-wise for the kids, and go to Zappos and get them some new tennis shoes, because they need 2 pairs of tennis shoes for school, which I'm going to let them use 1 old pair that they currently have, and then I'm going to buy them a new pair, which I think Orion still has a new pair from last year, because the best thing about last year was I was able to buy them stuff to stock up so that I didn't have to buy as much this year. And the problem is Maggie keeps going through these random growth spurts. And it's the thing I hate the most. You ever have to go buy your kid clothes because they hit a growth spurt, and then by the time you got home, they don't fit those clothes either, so you got to buy them more clothes? Yeah, that's Maggie. She's hitting a growth spurt right now, and I'm like, oh gosh, which you guys know. And for Maggie, that's dangerous because of her medication. If she hits a growth spurt too quickly, her medication is pretty much rendered useless, and she then starts having the night terrors and stuff, which, if you remember that, yeah, nay, that was not fun. That was an interesting live. I don't even remember what live it was, but I remember going live and having her screaming in the background, and everybody's like, oh my God, poor Maggie. I'm like, poor Maggie, my nerves are shot. She's just asleep. I'm the one that's going to deal with this. Mr. Jerry just scared the crap out of me. The mailman, I had a couple packages for him to pick up. He came to the window over here by where I'm sitting, and he was just like waving at me slowly. I'm like, what the fuck? Oh my God. Okay. Get your life together. Oh my God, you guys. It's been a day, as you can tell. The dogs are currently in front of me doing something. I don't know what they're doing. But I have to go walk them soon and get dinner started. I hope everybody had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Oh my God, I'm trying to calm myself down. Oh my gosh. So yeah, back to real quick to the thing in the closet, or in the crawl space. Because again, my brain is all over the place. So I moved the board so that the black line, because I told you guys there's you can press it up so that you can get to the wiring. But the black line where it was sitting on the ceiling was moved. So I moved it back when we first moved in. Well, then last night I noticed it got pushed back, and Mr. Coffee, I think I did finish the rest of that story. Either way, I pushed it back this morning. So if it's moved again, yeah, Jake the repairman is going to have to come in here and do something about this, because look, listen, I don't want people in here watching me while I'm asleep. I'm not a cute sleeper. Like, I'm not one of these chicks you see on TV with their hair perfect and makeup and all this. I don't even wear makeup, okay? Like, you walk into my house when I'm asleep, look, you're gonna see me drowning myself in drool and hair askew, and I'm gonna be partially naked probably. Cause look, listen, I'm at home. Why would you be watching somebody while they sleep, you creeper? So yeah, like I'm worried about this crawl space thing in my house now, and I got something else to be, worried about. Mr. Coffee's just like sitting over there living his best life, sleeping, and I'm just like, okay, so let us get murdered in our sleep. All right, that seems like the good thing to do. Sorry, X. Did I knock the container off? Where did X go? X, 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 X. Now Daisy's gonna bark at the girl on the bike. Where did my container go? Do you guys see my container? No, but seriously, where did my container go? Y'all, I'm a mess. All right, I found it. Apparently, I went and put it over on my table when Mr. Jerry scared me. So yeah, so it's been an interesting weekend. Don't worry, Orion is fine. Maggie is currently outside playing with friends. Mr. Coffee is at work. Everybody's still alive for the most part. My sanity is even more gone than it was before. So yeah, it's just been a typical weekend here in the coffee house. Always something. We can never just have a dull moment. I don't know what I'm gonna, like I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do when these kids go to school. But look, listen, I'm gonna enjoy every second of it. I'm not gonna lie. I need the break, but I'm scared still, so like I don't know, it's a mixed bag of emotions. I'm in a glass box of emotion. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna cut it short there this week. I hope you guys all had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. I'm gonna keep working on this and get as far as I possibly can, and hope that Tuesday next week when I see you guys again that we are up to at least the sword. We're gonna say the sword. I'm not gonna give myself that big of a goal to get to Lady Rainicorn. So I'm gonna say the sword, because I still have to do this part here, which I've already started, like his face, and then we're gonna move up again. So yeah. We're gonna try to get up to his sword. So that is my goal. I'm gonna lower that a little bit so that I'm not pressuring myself, because again, I don't want to get burnt out. And I just put those two drills on like that. That's not how they go. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, please leave those down in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer them to the best of my abilities. If you're new to the channel and would like to see more random crazy videos just like this, please feel free to hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified anytime I randomly decide to put up a video. And believe me, it's random. But with that said, I must now bid you adieu. But not before reminding you that if you're in one of these states that is experiencing this horrendous heat wave, stay hydrated, drink your water, girl. But with that said, I must now bid you adieu. But not before reminding you, always try to be kind, be courteous, be cool. Bye, guys.